I'm driving around the Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack, and this mean green machine has 485 horsepower and it is ready to rock. Now, I'm a mom, so I gave up my muscle car, but get ready to check this one out, because yes, moms, if you have one kid, you can still rock it and be cool, and you don't have to drive the minivan, I promise. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior first. What I love about the front end of this car is the front spoiler and also the big bright lights. Now this is definitely a wider body car, right? Hence wide body. And you want to make sure that when you are parking, be careful because it does extend a little bit out. Plus you want to make sure that you are straight in between that space because it's a wide body. You want to make sure you fit and you're not on an angle for someone else to mess up this beautiful car. Now the Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack looks real mean and real cool, but did you know that these are functional? The scoop here on the front brings in that cool air and comes out with the hot air out of the vents. That way it's keeping the temperatures down in the engine for high performance. Now, get low. This tire is massive. Okay, so it's 20 by 11. Why? It's a wide body, and with a high performance car, you need big tires. And these Pirelli tires are really neat. So not only are they big, got this beautiful rim here, and you have the Brembo calipers and brake system in here because you need to stop when you need to stop on a dime. And this vehicle has a lot of horsepower, and you want to make sure you can stop as soon as you need it, which is definitely important for safety, especially when you're driving, whether it's just yourself or your family. You want to be able to depend on these things right here. Your tire with great tread, and also your brakes, make sure they work. I love that with this car they have some styling cues and nods to the 70s. With their B here, you'll see the badge with the 392. If you're not too technical, don't worry about it, it has to do with the engine. I also love this nod to the past with this fuel cap. All right, now we got to talk about that back end. So what I love about this, you can't just do the front spoiler without putting on the SRT Performance spoiler. Not only does it look great aerodynamic, but also it has a great contrast between like this matte black kind of finish and this almost glittery green. Super mean, but also super girly, and I love it. All right, so you know what this thing does. Let's go ahead and double tap to turn it on. So pretty, oh, love it. And then you hop in your car and you press start, move on about your day in this beautiful car. Woo! I love starting this car. Some of my favorite things about this car is when I first get into a car, I like to think about a couple of things. I like to think about the ergonomics, whether that's with the wheel, the seat, right? How comfortable are you? As well as the infotainment center, is it easy to use? And then how close is everything in proximity? Because I am not the tallest person in the world, as you all know. And I like to have everything kind of like in control in my line sight so I know what I'm doing at all times. One of the first things that I look for is ergonomics. So the wheel. Normally I go for more like a flat bottom wheel, but with this one I actually am impressed. It has this beautiful like perforated kind of leather, and on top it's a smooth leather, and then right straight into it you got paddle shifters, and then you also have the phone right here too, so you can set up Siri, which I love, so I could talk to my car. I don't have to touch anything because obviously it's illegal. And then also you have cruise control, which is very important, especially if you're on a road trip, and I do a lot of those with my family. I love that Dodge has made it a lot easier to change the volume and the track on your car. So behind the wheel, they have these buttons that are ergonomically placed. So on the left-hand side, you can change the track, and the right-hand side, you can change the volume. Now, normally, if you're familiar with this on the wheel, they're usually on the front, and then it's kind of like thumb war, not cute, not safe, and you don't want to call someone accidentally. So good job, Dodge. I love this. It's almost like I'm playing with like a old school controller, like video games. You're pressing like the back button for the special feature. This is the special feature and you're gonna love it. I'm all about the bass, all about my music. So jumping into this car, it's a muscle car, and they always have a banging system, and this one does just that. It's got 18 speakers. What? 18? Yes, that many, 18. Don't even have enough fingers for this. So very exciting. It's loud, but it's like controlled. What I love about this car is that it's a touchscreen, big display, very beautiful. I noticed that it doesn't pick up as much of the fingerprints. I can see it a little bit, but not as bad as some of the other cars that I've touched. So that's great. What it also has is different selections for you to manage. So you can have, like, if you have Sirius radio or media, so you can hook up to your Bluetooth, auxiliary, or USB. There's climate, so you can choose the selections for each person, or the front, passenger, driver, and then you also have the seats, the wheel. That is super important here in Texas when it gets chilly. I know it's not the north, but it's cold for me. And also apps. It's more centralized. It's got a lot of different things from the other options as well, such as that mirror dimmer, the heat seater. Also controls, it has more of that, right? Navigation to help you get around, and you can set up your phone. You can add your contacts as well. It's pretty easy to use. All right, everyone, for the great reveal. And then there was light. I love moon/sunroofs, super cute. I always feel like, well, because I'm a Miami girl, I love the sun worshiper, even though I'm ginger, and I just love it in this car. It's a muscle car. Hello, you gotta have fun, you gotta live a little. And then when you want to put it away, you can do that too. Hey guys, from the back seat. It's got a lot of space, definitely a lot of room here between Bebe and yourself, so you can sit back here comfortably. There's air vents, so it's nice and cool. Got a little armrest too, speakers, so you can really feel that experience. Especially in the back seat, you can hear it really well. And then in the front seat, because it's a lot more fun, taking a look from this angle, you've got the B, so that classic nod, that styling cue right here on the Scat Pack logo Napa Alcantara seats. This leather is beautiful, it's soft, and it's so iconic. Thank you so much for checking out all the things I loved about the Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack.